I'm going to introduce Kevin Johnston, and I want to see his shirt again because he's just so formal. I love the poppy, the remembrance poppy on there, and it fits in our color coding here. So there we go.
It sure does. Beautiful shirt, and thank you very much.
And Kevin is a suffragette. He is a true man that stands chivalrously in defense and protection of women and children's rights. This is what this patriotism is sexy again, all right? This is the true sexy. And our young men, we want them to stand as suffragettes with us in defense of our freedoms and rights under the law. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. This is not going to be a speech so much as a lecture. Canada, I need you all to understand that your rights are going away. I lived a great childhood through the 70s and 80s because none of this nonsense that we're talking about existed. In the 1970s and 80s, nobody cared what color you were. No one cared if you were short or fat. Nobody cared if you were male or female. Everybody just hung out together and had a great time. The country began to go extremely secular, and that was a good thing because there was no battle about my God is smarter than your God and my church is prettier than your church. I heard none of that until when? My late 30s. That is when all of this really became a problem. Now, what does that mean? It means that bad ideologies have taken hold and all of you have listened to this stuff. Number one, modern radical feminism. How many women here think that modern radical feminists who are this wide with blue hair and 15 piercings in their face speak for them?
No, they've hijacked the movement.
They have entirely hijacked the movement.
They're taking it back.
All they do is try their very best, and they're succeeding in convincing young men that all men are scum, all men are dirt, and all men are rapists. And who do they convince of that? It's typically white males. Or it'll be guys like this gentleman right here who's not white but certainly looks like he is. Everybody who's Canadian born, everybody who's munjicate, feminists attack in every way to convince them that they're bad. Regrettably, guys, your parents aren't telling you that those feminists are wrong. So you're listening to the feminists and you have no real male models. Male role models, in your lives explaining to you that modern feminism is garbage and it is wrong. And
it's Marxist,
and it's killing the country. When you have men who are no longer masculine, then we no longer have men who want leadership positions. We no longer have men who will take the good ideas in their heads and stick them in people's faces until someone funds the good idea, which then creates jobs for other men who can later then become fathers and teach their young guys how to be men.
Of course.
We have a whole bunch of men in this country who want to be metrosexual, who literally are getting their nails done and their toes done. They are getting shaved down nicely and they're putting foundation on.
They'll never be a suffragette. They'll never be a suffragette.
They're putting baby powder on their necks to avoid shine. And they're going out wearing suits they can't afford. You're paying, what, 18.75% on your credit cards to look like a guy that no woman will ever take seriously, nor will she respect. Women in this country want men to be masculine. They want a guy to walk over and hold the door, or to stand up when you enter the restaurant to sit down at the table. They want their men to protect them. They want their men to sweep them off their feet and make them feel loved and respected and feel like women. Right? Feminists are trying to tell you all that you're supposed to be that big, this short, and that stupid because they are. Instead of trying to improve their lives, they're trying to convince all of us, men and women, that we should lower ourselves to their standards. In Canada, you're doing it. Why? Ask yourself, is it making my life better to gain a whole bunch of weight and to sit around behind a keyboard and tell men who are going out there being strong, lifting lots of weights, running, jogging, and winning Olympic medals and getting laid, we're telling them that they're the bad guys, they're doing the wrong thing, that to give a woman flowers is somehow reducing women's rights and somehow belittling women and somehow making them property? Well, no, that's not how it works. Islam is what makes women property. Do you understand that? The very book says women are worth half that of a man. We just talked about that. A man can have up to 4 wives. What was that all about? And what does that lead to? I have to really clear this up. If we allow that type of practice to be in this country, you've got one man with 4 wives, which does not leave enough women to go around for men who would like to have a wife. What happens? Rapes and kidnappings.
Well,
The
and
sex
that
slave
another
trade
thing
goes
about the
through the
head
roof.
coverings. We're supposedly,
What is
according
about
to
the
the brand,
burqa?
we're nude. We're
Yes.
nude. So we have people coming into our country now that don't know about women's values and don't know about women's rights.
But also don't think that you should have them.
Correct.
And that's the problem
Correct.
too. You've got men who come in here and they view women as property and as animals. They would much rather have a goat walking inside of their house than a woman, a real woman. And I have a problem with that. And I know that all of you do too. The problem is, you're all gutless. You're at home agreeing with what I'm saying and with what the suffragettes are saying, but you never show up for the rallies.
Exactly.
You
this
never-
is happening in Canada.
Yeah,
That's
where
right.
are the 15,000 people on these groups and that the armchair rah guys, the cheerleaders, and who don't show up? I don't
You
know
need
what's
to
more
step-
important.
yes.
And by the way, women do love flowers, and that's why we're standing in a flower bed.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are right, they love flowers. I learned that lesson
But I want
1987.
I wanted to say something. Part of the reason the men are being demailed or demoralized is because all of this insidious political correctness is in the policies of all of our universities, our education systems, our employment institutions, our government. And we need to seriously look at these things because it's hostile. It's quelling. It's oppressive. It's like these are the do's and these are the don'ts. No. Freedom is freedom.
You are right. Now, I put a tweet out just 2 weeks ago that said, please, everybody, wake up and do something extremely politically incorrect, insult somebody for a reason or for no reason, record the response you get and send it to me. What do I get called? Racist.
Again, racist.
Racist. It's the only argument that everybody has.
Because
It
they
is
don't
not
have
an
any-
argument.
No.
Do you know what it is? It's the barking of a dog. Racist. Racist.
What
That
race
is
is
all it is.
Islam?
Well, we're not sure what race Islam is, and we're certainly not sure what race a tweet is. If I'm tweeting you to be manly, be tough, and talk like we did 30 years ago, please
That's racist.
tell me how that's racist. Who is the racist in
I
that?
think it's we're not to offend, like incite that you want to do harm to somebody, but to challenge people.
You're right.
So they
You get
think
them
they're
thinking,
individuals. They
and
can
if you try and bug them a little bit more than they're accustomed to, that's when you see the real them.
You
and
are
that's
correct.
what we need is Canadians to become mentally healthy again.
Breakthrough.
I love what Jordan Peterson's doing because he's a clinical psychologist.
Yes, he is.
And that's what Canada needs now is a clinical psychologist because we're so screwed in our social environments and political environments. That's where it's come. We need a clinical psychologist
And we need Canada back.
to take the lead. Yes.
We need
to
Canada
start
back.
talking when we didn't give a shit and we say what's on our mind. Not against, because you know what? Canadians, and we all know this, we are the most tolerant. Live and let live people. However, your rights end when you want to start killing or hurting other people. That's where your rights end. Okay, and we're not going to protect these types of aggressive things.
You are correct. So Canada, what I'd like to do is have you all come out, and I'd like to have you speak. Would you speak?
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of shy.
Oh, yeah, she's really, this one's shy, so
I'm not shy.
we'll put you in a burqa so no one sees your face. How's that?
Liliana, not
Listen,
shy.
people, come and see me. I'm giving a 2-hour lecture on Thursday, May the 25th. Doors open at 6:15 p.m. I start talking at 7 until 9. We're going to have the suffragettes speak. We're going to cover the demasculation of the
Yes,
Canadian male.
right.
We're going to cover M103. We're going to cover Justin Trudeau's distraction tactics. There's a reason why Canadians don't know what he's doing. He's distracting us. I'm going to explain all of that. All right? And it's free to join. $10 donations are always they're always welcome. We'll say thank you very much. But I'm paying for this out of my own pocket because it's time that we really start educating the Canadian public.
Exactly.
This is going to be, oh, you'll love this one. This is in Port Credit. It's the Port Credit Legion, branch number 82. And if you all have seen the lighthouse in Port Credit, Just look straight north, walk 650 feet, and there you are. I'll have my signs out, I promise. Right?
Wow,
That's 6:15 p.m. Oh, and if Antifa shows up, don't worry, guys.
You mean the fascists?
The fascist Antifa
She's not gonna show up.
I'm gonna
Then
bring
you-
3 crates of diapers and safety pins for you. We'll change you outside. We'll make sure that you're happy.
Yeah.
We'll have some bottles
need
too.
money. For
Because
money,
we know
they
that
kill
when your
people.
bums are wet from pee-pee,
Young
that you're miserable. All right? I'll dry you up.
I would like to know why the University of Toronto is allowing communism to flourish and why these people are using the University of Toronto and other university rooms to draw up banners, to organize. What is this? We're a democracy. Why are we allowing an enemy of our democracy to flourish in
The
these
easy
universities?
answer is that a lot of our administrators and facilitators in Canadian universities are Muslims. Are we surprised? I have just learned that the chief administrator of York University is a Muslim. I had some photographs sent to me about the indoctrination process taking place in the lobby. I'm going over to York University this week to see it for myself.
Well, I
All
just
right?
heard of an online of a job that's posted, and it's saying they want a professor that's got some kind of SJW background. So they're actually now, putting in the job description that they want somebody with a background of so that's.
So are they wording it that we would like a fascist Nazi to? Is that the way they word that? Or are they being really polite,
That's
saying
my
we need?
understanding.
Okay.
And these things we need to look at these job descriptions very closely.
But
because,
Saudi
yes.
always, well, for many, many years, have sponsored universities.
Yeah.
They have made huge donations to
And
all
they've
over the place,
educated.
everywhere.
They've gotten students into our system who
right.
are now have their master's degree and are writing policy.
And soon, wake up. Canadian have to wake up, because it is message from me. Because I can tell soon gonna be Islamada guys and gonna be late, and Sharia gonna pass. Because Trudeau must to go. If he doesn't leave the house, like office, we're gonna suffering very bad.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna.
Well,
We're going to raise the awareness. Big time.
We are going to raise the awareness. That's May the 25th, Thursday night. We'll have the Suffragettes and myself speak at length. Please tell everybody. Please show up. Please, folks, tell everyone that you know.
Yeah.
Jet it out to everybody. If you go to freedomreport.ca, on the top left side of the website, you'll see the banners there right now. Click on it. The map is there. The times are there. Show up. Bring the family.
And I want
Try the
you,
veal.
and you know what? If you can pan into those T-shirts that are hanging
Have a
over
look right there, folks.
Okay, those T-shirts are available, and they are excellent opportunities to create discussion with other Canadians. And as is the one for Suffragettes, our logo there that Jane, our model sister, is wearing. But these Freedom is My Nationality shirts, which say strong and free, on the back of them it says standing on guard. So it's really important, lest we forget on the other one. Go to our website, suffragettesagainstsilence.wordpress.com. We make no proceeds, but you can buy a banner. Let's get Canadians talking, okay?
We will.
This is media.
All right. Well, thank you all,
Thank you.
Canada.
Yes,
Stay
great day.
patriotic.
Amen.
Canada's like Soviet Russia right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Antifa's legal.
Antifa, who care about the Antifa?
Well,
Antifa.
the cops work for them.
Antifa afraid us. They come in standing and just cover the face. If you Antifa good,